Cool. All right. Good morning, ladies. Thank you for joining me on a Saturday morning. I'm sure I know one of you's got nothing better to do because you've got COVID, but thank you for joining me anyway. I know Saturday mornings can be quite busy, but I like to get these done on a Saturday morning when people are a bit more relaxed and able to interact and that sort of thing. So today, as I've been promoting, is about what art is actually saying in your life and how it can actually change, or it can improve your life or have a detrimental effect on what's going on for you. All right. So why is this important? What you surround yourself by, it affects you. It affects your mood. It affects your life. It affects everything going along with it. So Jen, you obviously know when you're surrounded by clutter, what happens? Your brain gets cluttered, things start going wrong, your mood changes, and you can't move forward. So artwork is similar to basically a living and breathing vision board in your life. Wow. So if you've got particular artwork in your home that you don't really resonate with, B, it's not really in line with your aesthetic, maybe you were gifted it, or it was a hand-me-down, it could actually be having a negative impact on your life. And it's not something we really want. We want to be obviously bringing flow, abundance, and joy into your life. So this is something that I've tested, measured myself, and moved a lot of artwork on that I've then discovered is not serving me. So this is why I'm very passionate about it. And I want to teach as many people as I can. All right. So say that art imitates life, and in respect of your home, it can actually be the opposite. So what's going on for you may be the result of what you have surrounding you. And that could not just be artwork, but it could be trinkets. It could be just things floating around that are from your past that you might need to think about shifting on. So yeah, art is like a larger than life vision board. We need to be careful with its selection. So I'm just going to give you a number of slides, and I want you to interact with me and let me know what you think these particular artworks are saying to you. This is one for people who aren't in a relationship, potentially want a relationship, or are in a relationship and it's in trouble. So what do you think these are potentially telling you?
Only one has got a couple in it, the other single girls.
Do you notice anything else in this one?
Oh, red. Oh. Red for love.
Oh, see, I thought red for danger.
There's a third person in it.
Oh.
So that could be inviting a third person into the relationship. So if your relationship is rocky, then there could be affairs involved.
Wow.
Okay. What about this one here?
Is it a symbol of something?
Yeah.
Control?
No, how are they placed? How are they placed?
They're not facing each other.
Yeah. Exactly. So they're facing different directions. So they've got different, different outlooks on where they want to be. So that's not ideal. And then you've got obviously these single women here. So if your home is full of imagery of single women, and I'll preface all of this by, this is absolutely no detriment or disrespect to any of these artists, because they're incredibly talented, and it's but it's what the meaning is of behind them. So when you go to select art, have a look at what the story is about the artwork. What is the artist actually trying to convey? Because they will always have a story of what that artwork means. And if you just look at it and think, oh yeah, this is, oh, it's lovely, and don't actually look at what it means, then you're going to have a different opinion of it. You're just going to look at it at a beauty level, not at a deeper level as to what the intention is behind the artwork. But in regards to these, they're all single women. They've all got glasses on, so they can't see anything for a start. They're hiding. So they're not going to be found by a partner, but having single images of single people, whether male or female, in your home is not getting out couple energy. It's not giving out romantic energy. It's giving out, oh, I'm single, I'm happy being single. So instead of these sort of artworks, this is what you want in your room, in your home. So peonies, couples of two, a pair of peonies. The peony is the flower of love. So you'd have an image with two of them in there. You've got this image here of the couple walking arm in arm and kissing, facing each other. And then, weathering a storm. You've got two butterflies in this one. I think this is beautiful. You've got the line art with the two people intertwined into one another, another couple looking at each other. And these two are actually in my space. These are in my bedroom. Obviously I want passion in my life. So that's what this one means to me. It's intimacy, it's passion, it's love, it's romance, it's all of the things. And then this one here, I actually found at the West End Market. And when I first saw it, I nearly cried. That's how beautiful I thought it was. But the birds are actually flying to one another. They're not facing away from each other. They're actually flying to each other. So that was perfect for the wall in my bedroom.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So this one, I'm going to talk about how's your mental health going? What are these telling you?
Well, the first one, the waves are a bit furious. It's not very relaxing.
No.
Oh, and dark, gloomy sky for the second one.
Yep.
Mind exploding in the third one.
Yep.
It's a bit of a car crash, the bottom left.
Yeah. So that's an abstract art.
Yeah.
So, if you're surrounded by that in your home, you can imagine what your mental health would be. Abstract art is very, very, it's tricky. It's really, really tricky. So, yeah, you can see, like, I would never have anything like that in my home, ever. Yeah. The middle one there is Leo, I'm not effing leaving. Well, that suggests so much anger, like passive aggression. And then this one here is just like it's negative graffiti words. So to me, all of these show complete turmoil. They're not peaceful. Yes, this one here, this is obviously the waves says to me very strong emotion, like ups and downs, like as in a wave. This one here is storming, like gloomy as, and this one here, losing yourself. You're disappearing. So as beautiful as they are, like these ones are beautiful. Again, it just has these different connotations to them that could possibly have a detriment to you in your home. So instead of that, a bit more, if you wanted to do something with water that's had a little bit of movement, but has sort of that feeling of being on holiday or being on a tropical island, or, people surfing, they're having fun, it's an outdoor activity, something, a positive quote instead of something that's negative. And this one here, they're dancing, they're full of joy, they're having fun. So just changing things up a little bit to suit the mood or what you're trying to bring in.
Nice.
And then family relationships. What's going on for your family? Again, beautiful artwork, very skilled artists. But what are these saying to you?
Sad little boy.
Bad boy.
You'll find a lot of, well, I guess teenage boys would have pictures of Darth Vader in their bedroom.
My son's got that in there.
Yeah. And what was Darth Vader? He's lost. That's who Darth Vader is. He's lost. He doesn't belong. He doesn't know who he is. So especially if it's in a teenage boy's room, just be aware of their moods and how they're feeling, because they could be taking on that energy. You know, kids put up an emo art and that sort of thing. Like emo, they're emotional. That's what it's, having that art around them as well as being an emo. It's just going to duplicate how they're actually feeling. And here, obviously, there's a, you know, I'm not sure if this one here is the man that's lost a family, or that's the child, it's the inner child that lost his parents. I don't know, but it's sad. As beautiful it is, it's quite haunting, but it's really, really sad. And obviously this one's a very famous, you know, two people that are fighting, but their inner child wants to play. So it's quite a famous image, that one. So again, it's very poignant, it's heartbreaking when you really look at something in a different light. But then you've got other art you could put in. Like, I think line art is beautiful because they can do so much with it. But, you know, this would be perfect for a nursery. Imagery of a couple with their two dogs. Just be very careful with what you have in there, because what you said can be a vision board. If you don't want two dogs, I wouldn't put an image of you, or, you know, potentially a view that's reflective of you with two dogs if you don't want to have two dogs, because you'll end up having two dogs. Subconsciously, you'll end up having two dogs. You know, and obviously art here, kangaroos is a family, and elephants, you know, the matriarch and her children, grandchildren, you know, they're very much a family animal as well. So you'd bring in more family related togetherness imagery rather than single people or of any anger or distrust, that sort of thing. Okay, now I'm going to move into decorative items because a lot of people have these, and please, I want to preface this, I mean no offense, take this as you will, this is my opinion. You do what you want in your home, but this is what I see when I go to clients. This is what I see in people's homes, and it has a fall-on effect for anything else going on in their life as well. So these little signs that, yeah, you see at markets and they're funny and they're great and they're a bit of a laugh. Can you imagine being a child in a home with this sign?
Oh, don't act.
You know, it's like, oh, if I do something wrong, mum's going to lose her shit. You know, it's not really that positive. The same here for the welcome-ish, depends on who you are. Well, you either want to welcome people into your home or you don't. And that's where these types of, like the front door mats, where yes, they're funny, they're great, but they're not great energy and they're not welcoming people into your home. So I would certainly refrain from getting these, besides the fact that they take up a lot of space, that just because you've got a piece of flat space, you don't need to put something on it. But it's not welcoming energy. It's not welcoming people into your life. And you want a home that's actually going to welcome people. You know, we are, for the most part, we are quite social animals. But yeah, if I was to go to a house and that was sitting there, I'd be like, oh, am I actually wanted here? I don't know. And you might find that you will stop getting visitors as well. Now, masks. I used to collect masks. I had masks from all over the world. I carried one of these type, but a massive one, all around Europe with me, jingling, it had all bells and everything on it, and it was jingling it was driving people nuts on the bus. And I then brought it back to Australia, and I had it hanging on my wall. But what do you think these could actually represent?
Hiding.
Yep. Anything else?
That you're wearing a mask, you're pretending to be someone that you're not.
Yeah. Deception.
Yeah.
All sorts. So, I mean, the mask, if you're going to go on a masquerade ball and you've got just the little mask, okay, that's fine. It's there for a use. But collecting masks and putting these on your wall, you're hiding. You're hiding from something. You're hiding from the world. You're hiding who you are, and that you are being deceptive. So, yeah, it's not something that I would like. I just got rid of mine. I haven't got any. And I had them from Indonesia. I had them from Malaysia. I had them from Mexico, and obviously these ones. And now I don't have any masks anywhere because I realized very quickly that that was the energy. Once I started getting into feng shui, that was the energy that they were putting off, was hiding. So they are now gone.
So it wasn't enough to just, well, why put them into storage, I suppose, but
yeah, I just get rid of them.
Yeah,
exactly. All right, so Buddha. This one gets asked a lot. Buddha is very popular as a interior design element, and they probably shouldn't be. Buddha is quite revered. He's very revered, especially in Thailand. And you can see when you go to Thailand, you'll actually see signs around of, do not remove the image from Thailand, that sort of thing. But we all do. I went to Thailand and I bought this beautiful wood carving with Buddha's image on it. I had a glass Buddha head here, and I had a Sensi burner that was a Buddha head as well. But it's trendy. That's why we have it. But not many people actually understand what Buddha actually means and how revered it is. So Buddha chose to leave his family, chose to live in poverty. He chose to be celibate, and he chose to rely on the charity of others in order to obtain spiritual enlightenment. So when you think of that, if you were to have it in your home, you're inviting that into your life, because that's what it represents. The Buddhists would actually never have them in their physical home, because it's that revered, that it's locked away in an altar outside the home that they go and give offerings to a couple of times a day. Certainly wouldn't be kept in a home where it would be around you naked, or in bedrooms where you're potentially having relations, or anything else that was not in alignment with spiritual enlightenment. It's highly disrespectful. So again, the choice is yours to keep them if you want. But I'm just reminded of a lady that I know has Buddha basically in every room in a house, and can't understand why things aren't moving forward. Even though the home is remedied, can't understand why things are not moving forward for her. And this would be a major contribution as to why, because it's everywhere. You know, people have it in artwork. They've got it in, well, as I said, a sensi burner, little statues. It's everywhere, and it's not appropriate, because you wouldn't put an image of Jesus in your bedroom. You wouldn't put, or anywhere. Like, where would you really put an image of Jesus, unless you are, you know, incredibly Catholic, I suppose, or deeply religious? You're not going to be putting images of Jesus around. So why would you put Buddha, especially if you're not Buddhist? It's really not respectful. But I would certainly not recommend anyone just throw them out. I would find a Buddhist temple near you and take them to there. So don't take them to an op shop. Don't give them away or throw them out. Take them to a Buddhist temple, and they will put them where they need to go. They've actually typically got places where they can put them. As I said, it's up to you whether you want to keep them. But yeah, that's something that it's very much, well, you look at what he meant, he was the deity of poverty. I don't want poverty in my life. I want abundance. So yeah, that's one thing I'm really quite passionate about. Does that make sense to everybody?
Interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So what about my things? I'm telling you to get rid of everything. No, I'm not telling you to get rid of everything. All right. So here's where what each part of your home means. So I'll discuss what the best place to put certain things would be for you. All right, so images of your family, where possible, should go in the east of your home. That's if you can. It can go anywhere, but that's the best place for photos of your family and children. But don't put any photos of your children and other family members in the master bedroom. So you don't want them in your bedroom with you, because it has a do you want people watching you? I don't. So instead, in your and I've got a mistake there, southeast, not southwest. You, in your bedroom, you want photos of you and your partner, or as per the previous slides, you want imagery of couples in there to bring that energy in. So if you're working or running a business from home, your office should represent growth. So pictures of leafy trees or plants growing upwards, images of metallic colors, especially if it depicts money. So obviously gold is gold. And then even images of mountain to create support. So you can see the image behind me here. It's actually of Mount Fuji with cherry blossom over it. So the cherry blossom represents new growth and new beginnings and a new season and that sort of thing. And then Mount Fuji is solid and support behind me. So that's why I've got that there. Any certificates of achievements or education, that sort of thing, you would place in the north of your home. Now, if you have a specific office, I would find the north wall in your office and place them there. That would be the best place to put them. Or you can put them in the south as well, which is your fame and reputation. That should be read the southeast, not the southwest. The southeast should house images of abundance. This is whatever you feel abundance to be. So it could be images of, again, money. It could be images of like fruit, which is abundant. It's food. So I'm obsessed with golden pineapples, which is what's part of my branding. And I'm quite keen to buy a particular piece of art that Nikki showed me. Thanks, Nikki, with a golden pineapple in it, because that feels abundant to me. And yes, so again, if you're single, images of single people should not be in your bedroom, only images of pairs or couples. Other things to think about is in the west. If your children are going through, hang on, west am I going? If we go back here, if you're wanting to birth something new, so images of new like hobbies or that sort of thing, or if you're wanting to bring children into your life, then you would put images of kids in this area in the west. If you've got children that are going through school, then any of their educational transcripts and that, so you could place in this area as well, in the northeast. And if you're wanting to travel more, I would also recommend putting in images of previous travels in the northwest, because this is Heaven's Gate. This is where we really want to activate for people to help you and for you to travel a lot more. So yeah, any images of your previous travels, pop them in your northwest. And again, love and relationships, if you're lucky enough to have the southwest as your bedroom, then perfect. If not, you can also activate it with artwork as well that represents love and relationships. All right, so that's pretty much it, ladies. We've got any questions? I'm here to answer them.
The 9 guas that you showed before,
Yeah.
is that just for this year or?
No, this is permanent.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. So this is very generic. So where it's got the element there, you could add those sort of colors, those sort of greens in the southeast and east. You could add earthy tones in the northeast. You could add blue tones in the north, metallic tones in northwest, west, and that's it. Fire in the south. So fire is obviously there to generate your fame and reputation, and earth also in your southwest. So that's the generic. So if you were to get a report by me, then you would get different recommendations, but that's the generic recommendation.
And Suzanne, with colour, you'd had a little slide up recently about not too much use of blue in the bathroom.
Yep.
Does that translate through to bedroom or anywhere else as well? Blue?
Yeah, so that's so bedrooms, I would never recommend anyone paint their bedroom blue, because blue is such an emotional colour. Well, it represents emotion. You'll find that you can have a down mood or be blue, and that sort of thing. So it's certainly not recommended for a bedroom. It's certainly not for teenage boy or girls' bedrooms either, because we know hormones do weird and wonderful things as it is, so we don't want to add to it. And it's the same with red. We don't want to add red into a bedroom unless it's recommended. So because that can cause anxiety and all sorts of things that you don't want.
Okay. Cool. And what about with pears? I mean, mandarin ducks are a nice thing to have, aren't they? Yep.
Absolutely. Put mandarin ducks in your southwest and also in your bedroom. And for this year, also the southeast. So the southeast is also about abundant relationships, or being abundant in love. So popping them in the southeast this year would be beneficial too.
Any other decorative items that you'd recommend in pairs?
Anything in pairs. So if you put hearts in, you could put a pair. Always, if you're going to put hearts anywhere, put a pair of hearts, not just one.
Nice.
You obviously want, especially in your bedroom, you need matching bedside tables and lamps and that sort of thing. But yeah, anything in your home should always be in a pair, not single, because you want as much couple energy as you can to bring in.
Yes. Yep. Thank you.
Any other questions? Has this opened your eyes a bit?
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, this artwork is something that is one of my struggle areas. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me this year in my old house, I needed to add water to the west, which is new beginnings, creativity, and fertility. Now, obviously, no, hang on. Where was it? Hang on. No, sorry. In my east, not my west. So I had to add water as per my personal report. And I put up a particular, I've been searching for an image of it and I can't find it anywhere. I had this image of Charles Bridge in Prague that had blue tones to it. And I thought, oh, perfect. It's a water element. It'll match in with what I need in there. And I literally put it on the wall. And I think I looked at it really for the first time. Even though I thought it was beautiful and I loved it, I actually really looked at it and looked at what it actually meant. And it was of Charles Bridge in the middle of winter, first thing in the morning, and there was nobody on it.
Oh.
And that the remedy that I needed in my east for that house was for peach blossom, which is to help bring in a relationship. So when I looked at that artwork, I realized, hang on, that's not going to work because that artwork is so desolate. So I put it up and in 20 seconds later, I took it down and I no longer have the artwork. I got rid of it because it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve me for what I want. It doesn't serve me for who I am or where I am in my life right now. So I got rid of it. And there were others that I got rid of as well that just don't serve me. You know, giving artwork, gifting artwork, unless it's what someone actually really wants, I would never, ever gift someone artwork. I would give them a voucher for them to purchase it, but I would not actually physically buy someone a piece of art unless they specifically wanted that piece because it is so personal. And it can be damaging if you've just bought something for someone. Yes, Nikki.
Hi.
Hi.
So thank you. That was really informative. I didn't know about the Buddhas, and definitely being to Thailand now, I understand the significance. And I actually got rid of all my Buddhas after that trip because I learned so much about it. So it was a great reminder. I have a question about teacups. You know, I love my teacups.
You do.
Is there anything symbolic? I'm trying to work out a way to have them displayed because they're so beautiful. And to me, they're symbolic of the relationship that I have with my mum and my grandma, who's now passed on. Is there a way, I mean, is there anything symbolic about teacups? Like it's open. So is that like, is there anything symbolic for that?
No,
I would somewhere.
No, I would place them in the east.
In the east, cool.
With your family and community. So it's a reminder to your family. Although they could also go in your southeast, which is your prosperity and abundance, because I know you love them and you like to spend money on them. So that's something that makes you feel but it's something you like to, it's something you do like to spend money on. So it makes you feel abundant. You don't have any problem spending the money on it. So it makes you feel abundant. So the southeast would also be a good spot for you to put them.
Great. Thank you so much.
That's all right.
Great live.
Excellent. I'm happy. I'm happy you. Yeah. So any other questions?
With just coming back to cherry blossom, you said is significant and positive, and you briefly mentioned peach blossom. Are they both very positive?
It's the same. But peach blossom is a term that we use. It's the new beginnings. It's bringing in love and that sort of thing. So not every home will get it every year. Only certain homes will. But yeah, my last home had 3 separate guas that was bringing peach blossom in for me. So I think I've got 1 in this place as well. So yeah, we use water. So this here, my water remedy in my house, and you use that to activate peach blossom. Nice. But not every house would need that. So it's dependent, very specific for each home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's all right. My pleasure. All right. So, oh, hang on. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. So yeah, that's how you can get in contact with me. And yeah, if you wanted to have a chat about how I can get very specific with your home, then I'm more than happy to have a chat with you. But yeah, please ask any further questions. I'm here to answer them for you. Or if you're in my group, please post photos of your art, and I will give you some feedback if you want some.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Very informative. I think you actually answered all my questions that I had. Like, I had some questions around the giraffes because I've got a pair of rose quartz doves in my bedroom, and I've got the kissing giraffes in the living room. And I was like, oh, cool, hearing about it pairs. But I do have a lot of single hearts, like crystal hearts. So I think I might find pairs for them and move them out of the bedroom.
Yeah, but also you can put them either in the southwest, southeast, or your bedroom.
Yep.
Just, put them in pairs.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, I'll leave you for your Saturday. And yeah, please, if you do have any further questions, if you would like me to have a look at any of your artwork, and let me know, and I can give you some, you know me, it's very frank advice of what I see when I look at it. More than happy to do so. Just post it in the group.
Thank you so much.
Just about to take it down.
All right. I will talk to you all very soon. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.